Hello, everyone, and welcome to Counselor Feature Friday. I'm your host, Brian Urban. In these features, we hope to give you some simple tips, tidbits, and tricks to make your days easier and your patients happier. In this feature, we're going to talk about tools for providing feedback within student reports. So if you work with students, whether it's in your private practice or hospital or educational setting, or you're in a university clinic, these tools can come in very handy for providing inline feedback to students as they write their reports. So we'll start here within a patient visit and let's jump into the history. Okay, so let's just say generically that the student had written up this case history and you wanted to provide some comments, but you wanted to be absolutely certain that your comments were easy to understand and definitely did not show up in the final report. Okay, so there's two primary methods. The first is you simply have what you have the ability to say highlight text if you wanted to call something out. Right? So you can just very quickly do it. That color shading, that highlighting will not show up on the final report. Okay. It is important to note that the two controls before that, the strike through and the actually coloring the letters, changing the font color, will show up on the final report. So we're going to focus on ones that will not show up on the final report. So the highlighting will not show up. The other option is a placeholder specifically providing inline feedback. Let's just say here we wanted to jump in between in noise exposure here. So we could then grab under the placeholder option, we're going to general and then annotation. That's going to put in a placeholder. Now, if you click anywhere within this highlighted area, could be the last space, could be in the middle, wherever you want, doesn't matter. You could then jump in here and say whatever you like. You could say something like, okay, let's keep it simple. The student, of course, will see it here. They will see it back on the main screen. So they can see the annotation, they can see what they need to do. But then when we go to see the PDF, what you'll notice is that it is not there, right? Same thing goes for the highlighted area. So the point being is that it gives you a safeguard that if you want to provide some feedback, but not have to detail every last little point to show exactly where the changes need to be made, you can do so right within any of the text editors. So history, results, recommendations, anywhere where you see these controls, including the placeholders, you can provide your feedback. The student, of course, best case removes that once they're finished, or perhaps you do before you finalize it. But point being is there's a safeguard in place where if you don't, and someone goes ahead and faxes out this report, there is no harm. That information will not go out with the final report. You will instead see a clean copy. All right. If you have any questions about utilizing these tools or, of course, working with students in any way, please give us a call, email us, live chat us. We are always happy to help. Thank you so very much for joining us for today's Counselor Feature Friday. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.